Hello, single Christian girls and guys, and anyone who's watching or listening. Thank you for stopping by. This is Irene with the Single Christian Girl channel, and I wanted to talk briefly about Angela Simmons. Now, she did an interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, and if anyone's seen that show, you kind of discuss everything. It runs the gamut, and definitely the love life comes up when you're on that show. So Angela let us all know that she saved herself until about the age of 28. And that is a rare situation. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. And really the motivation behind it. She let us know it was her dad, who's a preacher. It was the church world that she was a part of. And it inspired her to wait. I appreciate the story she told. She said her dad pulled her and her sister aside. I'm not sure if the brothers were involved in that conversation. I know there's an age difference between them, but maybe that should be separate, boys separate from girls. But I know sometimes there's a double standard for how girls should behave versus boys. But in the story, he pulls the sisters aside and says, I want you girls to, wait. I don't really want you to be out here sleeping around. And the way that she told the story, it was very thoughtful how he did it. It was not as if, hey, I'm forcing you. You better not do that. It was like he asked them. He talked to them like people. It's like, I would like you guys to do things this way. And the church also affirmed that and backed up his request. As she said, she saw it in church as well. They were talking about it in church. So there was a confirmation there. And so she decided to wait till 28. But, things did not go as far as marriage. I think that's what the plan was, to wait for marriage. But that didn't happen. From what I learned, I think I looked it up. And maybe I'll try to see if I can find some information to drop in the description. But she did have a child with her fiance. Her fiance ended up getting killed, I believe. So that's what ended up happening in her situation. Now, Shannon was there saying, how did you wait that long? The young ladies out here and all of this and that, and it's tempting, and they're into the boys. And then that was what she shared. And also, looking into her life a bit, I saw that she had purpose. Her and her sister, I think they kind of had their own company. I remember when they had their reality show with their family. So they had other purpose that they were focusing on, so that they weren't just out there in these streets, so to speak. Being a waiter myself, I haven't served it up. But I feel like for her story, her dad was a huge motivator. The way he lived his life and the request he made to his kids and the respect and love he showed his kids, I think that made a big difference in her choice. Young people with guidance, and purpose, they're not going to be out in the streets like that. People with guidance and purpose aren't going to be out in the streets like that. And from the male side, I think it makes an even bigger impact to have a father ask you that, and you're a daughter. In my scenario, I grew up in the church. I knew that wasn't the behavior or lifestyle to have. I've seen others make mistakes as well. And it was kind of the influence of my sister where she said, we're not going to do this. And she kind of influenced me, and we kind of made our own pact together. So influence can come in a lot of different places: friends, family, loved ones, parents. But to have someone, my sister's older than me as well, someone that's older, someone that you look up to, family, especially a parent, that can really guide you into the direction in your life early on in life. That's why it's important to have that type of love and leadership in your life. That's my assessment. What do you think? What did you think of Angela's story, and what's your story? Please drop it in the comments. We will talk again. All the best, and God bless.